So, as you know, I usually just sit in prayer on Wednesday every week to see what lesson is going to really spark the mind this week. And obviously, it always has to be something that speaks to me. And I know if it touches me, then it's the right thing for everybody. So, I was praying for something really powerful, and it came in. Salvation of the world depends on me. That is a massive one. That's really taking back a rightful place. Um, Salvation of the world depends on me. If you can just feel the magnitude of that, it really takes your mind into something vast and removes you from this little person identity that you think you are, and that the ego would like to, continue telling you about as much as it can all day long, every day. You're small, you're a person, you can't do anything, you have no influence on anything, especially the world. So here we have this amazing lesson. Salvation of the world depends on me. And that's just it. If we can just say yes to that, that's it. That's it. We can be happy and joyful and, yeah, really feel the spirit moving through us and being shown what it means to be the salvation of the world. So I'm really happy to share this, and I shared it with the other two groups as well. There's a quote from Elizabeth Gilbert that came to my Facebook feed on Wednesday after this lesson had come in. And I just feel to share it again because I love the energy of it. It's funny and lighthearted, and yet it's really punchy, it really makes sense. And it goes, turn your face stubbornly to the light and keep it there. So this is something we can be stubborn about. The ego made stubbornness, and the spirit can use it just as well. We can be stubborn for the light, and I think this lesson really can bring that home for us and help us, just help us remember how amazing our function is. And it's real, and the ego can't do anything about it. So, as always, while I'm reading this, you can have your eyes closed or you can feel free to read along. But I always just like to invite everybody to really settle in and open your mind to receiving the message of this lesson and feeling something. What does it feel like to be the salvation of the world? What does it feel like to remember that God created you perfect and whole and shiny and with magnitude? So, yeah, that's my invitation. And yeah, I'm so grateful to have you all here. It's such a blessing to be able to do this, and thank you. Lesson 186. Salvation of the world depends on me. Here is the statement that will one day take all arrogance away from every mind. Here is the thought of true humility, which holds no function as your own, but that which has been given you. It offers your acceptance of a part assigned to you without insisting on another role. It does not judge your proper role. It but acknowledges the will of God is done on earth as well as heaven. It unites all wills on earth in heaven's plan to save the world, restoring it to heaven's peace. Let us not fight our function. We did not establish it. It is not our idea. The means are given us by which it will be perfectly accomplished. All that we are asked to do is to accept our part in genuine humility and not deny with self-deceiving arrogance that we are worthy. What is given us to do, we have the strength to do. Our minds are suited perfectly to take the part assigned to us by one who knows us well. Today's idea may seem quite sobering until you see its meaning. All it says is that your Father still remembers you and offers you the perfect trust He holds in you who are His Son. It does not ask that you be different in any way from what you are. What could humility request but this? And what could arrogance deny but this? Today we will not shrink from our assignment on the specious grounds that modesty is outraged. It is pride that would deny the call for God Himself. All false humility we lay aside today, that we may listen to God's voice reveal to us what He would have us do. We do not doubt our adequacy for the function He will offer us. We will be certain only that He knows our strengths, our wisdom, and our holiness. And if He deems us worthy, so we are. It is but arrogance that judges otherwise. There is one way, and only one, to be released from the imprisonment your plan to prove the false is true has brought to you. Accept the plan you did not make instead. Judge not your value to it. If God's voice assures you that salvation needs your part and that the whole depends on you, be sure that it is so. The arrogant must cling to words, afraid to go beyond them to experience which might affront their stance. Yet are the humble free to hear the voice which tells them what they are and what to do. Arrogance makes an image of yourself that is not real. It is this image which quails and retreats in terror as the voice for God assures you that you have the strength, the wisdom, and the holiness to go beyond all images. You are not weak, as is the image of yourself. You are not ignorant and helpless. Sin cannot tarnish the truth in you, and misery can come not near the holy home of God. All this the voice for God relates to you, and as He speaks, the image trembles and seeks to attack the threat it does not know, sensing its bases crumble. Let it go. Salvation of the world depends on you, and not upon this little pile of dust. What can it tell the Holy Son of God? Why need He be concerned with it at all? And so we find our peace. We will accept the function God has given us, for all illusions rest upon the weird belief that we can make another for ourselves. Our self-made roles are shifting, and they seem to change from mourner to ecstatic bliss of love and loving. We can laugh or weep and greet the day with welcome or with tears. Our very being seems to change as we experience 1,000 shifts in mood, and our emotions raise us high indeed, or dash us to the ground in hopelessness. Is this the Son of God? Could He create such instability and call it Son? He who is changeless shares His attributes with His creation. All the images His Son appears to make have no effect on what He is. They blow across His mind like windswept leaves that form a patterning an instant, break apart to group again, and scamper off, or like mirages seen above a desert rising from the dust. These unsubstantial images will go and leave your mind unclouded and serene when you accept the function given you. The images you make give rise to but conflicting goals, impermanent and vague, uncertain and ambiguous. Who could be constant in his efforts or direct his energies and concentrated drive toward goals like these? The functions which the world esteems are so uncertain that they change 10 times an hour at their most secure. What hope of gain can rest on goals like this? In lovely contrast, certain as the sun's return each morning to dispel the night, your truly given function stands out clear and wholly unambiguous. There is no doubt of its validity. It comes from one who knows no error, and his voice is certain of its messages. They will not change, nor be in conflict. All of them point to one goal, and one you can attain. Your plan may be impossible, but God's can never fail because He is its source. Do as God's voice directs, and if it asks a thing of you which seems impossible, remember who it is that asks, and who would make denial. Then consider this: which is more likely to be right? The voice that speaks for the Creator of all things, who knows all things exactly as they are, or a distorted image of yourself, confused, bewildered, inconsistent, and unsure of everything? Let not its voice direct you. Hear instead a certain voice which tells you of a function given you by your Creator, who remembers you, and urges that you now remember Him. His gentle voice is calling from the known to the unknowing. He would comfort you, although He knows no sorrow. He would make a restitution, though He is complete. A gift to you, although He knows that you have everything already. He has thoughts which answer every need His Son perceives, although He sees them not. For love must give, and what is given in His name takes on the form most useful in a world of form. These are the forms which never can deceive, because they come from formlessness itself. Forgiveness is an earthly form of love, which as it is in heaven has no form. Yet what is needed here is given here as it is needed. In this form you can fulfill your function even here, although what love will mean to you when formlessness has been restored to you is greater still. Salvation of the world depends on you who can forgive. Such is your function here. Salvation of the world depends on me. So, throughout the next 30 minutes with our music, we can just let all of that sink in, and everything in the mind that wants to contradict what Jesus wants to tell us, we can just watch and hand it over. And watch and hand it over. Notice it and hand it over. And let Jesus give us His true thoughts, in answer to everything that isn't true. So, yeah, enjoy the meditation. See you in a half hour. Thank you so much. I don't know about you guys, but I'm so grateful for these lessons. And I've been reading, I started reading the course over from the beginning a couple weeks ago. And I read something yesterday, one of those very poetic and beautiful passages. I forget exactly what it was, but it was just warmth in words. And I felt so much gratitude and love for Helen Schuckman. I've never really experienced that before, but for bringing this into our world, accepting that assignment to write this all down. I don't know what I would do without it. Maybe something else would have come along, but I'm, yeah, so grateful for this book and for the people that want to join in the message. And as I was sitting with the meditation today, I just felt like whatever is asked of us to do, we can do. There's a strength that can be given us if we want it. And this whole path, it's not a serious path. You know, it's not a path where, you know, we should walk around like emotionless because the world doesn't matter and it's all an illusion and da da da, nothing matters and, you know, whatever, there's no joy in the world. But this is a path that's supposed to be fun. This is a path that uses joy to wake us up. This is, Jesus is somebody that wakes us up gently and with joy. So I just feel like, you know, remember, like this is your path of joy. Whatever sparks your heart is what you're supposed to be following all the time. And if it's at any point not joyous, then I can guarantee you the egos come in there and it's assigned its own meaning to whatever's happening and its own desires and beliefs and interpretation and meaning. And yeah, if it's not joyful, it's not the spirit. Simple as that.